back. You're watching Passion to Win. Our next entrepreneur was a born businessman. After completing his master's degree, it was but natural that he should join his father and his brother in the family business. Samir Mehta of Torrent Pharmaceuticals has been instrumental in establishing the business on foreign shores, which today contributes about 70% of the total revenue of the company. Let's take a look at his story.
Coming from a small town in Gujarat, Samir Mehta completed an MBA and joined his father's pharmaceutical business in 1986.
When I was young, my father started out on his own, and so given the stress of starting out a new venture, what it involved, I ended up shifting places and schools. So that was the early phase of learning. I mean, essentially what it taught me was the values of being independent and the value of being adaptable. I think I completed my management graduation in 1986 and joined the business. So initial about a year was spent going through the shop floor management understanding. So I was placed at our plant, which was in Vatva, trying to understand how the production operation works. And after that, I think it was going through the different departments like accounting and procurement and sales marketing. I think that was the sort of early induction phase. Since then, I started taking greater interest in the business development and the marketing functions. Sudhir was focused on developing the Russian business, which was our next big turning point around the mid-80s and early 90s. So obviously that while the business was growing by leaps and bounds, supporting the market development effort in terms of ensuring the deliveries was a big emphasis. So which is what I undertook as my own emphasis or focus.
However, Torrent would soon face a major challenge.
The Soviet Union, as it used to be known as then, which was the current Russia and Eastern European countries like Poland, Czech and Slovak, all that put together. It used to be managed through a centralized buying system, which used to work out of Moscow. So pharmaceutical companies which were desirous of selling their products had to go through the process of getting approvals and being shortlisted by the agencies which were dealing with the procurement. We went through that early phase of getting our plant registered and getting our products registered. And that business rapidly expanded for us. I mean, given the sort of close economic ties that India and Soviet Union had those days, and on the strength of the rupee-ruble trade agreement, that we could capitalize on that opportunity, and the Soviet Union business became much larger than our Indian business at that point of time. And probably in that phase of late 80s, early 90s, almost as much as 70% of our revenue used to come from that single market. So that was the early Russia success from a period 88-89 till about 92-93. Unfortunately, while the business in terms of scale really grew rapidly in that period and became very important for us, but that phase didn't last long. The Soviet Union went through a disintegration, and with that, virtually the business collapsed. I mean, the centralized buying system was abandoned, and so we had in the year 93-94, we ended up losing almost 70% of our business overnight.
Today, Torrent Pharma has a market capitalization of approximately 22,500 crore rupees, with 70% of its business coming from the overseas market.
So, Torrent Group today overall is about 18,500 crore revenue, and we employ probably little over 20,000 people. I think half and half must be, say around 10,000 people must be employed in pharma and another 10,000 in power. Pharma business has been almost 70% of the business now comes from overseas, with US, Brazil and Germany being the key markets. We have 5 manufacturing plants in 4 different states of India, and our R&D center is near Ahmedabad, which is the backbone of all our research activities.
Samir Mehta was awarded Entrepreneur of the Year 2015 for the category Life Sciences and Healthcare.
The winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Samir Mehta of Torrent Pharmaceuticals.
It is time now for another short break, but on the other side we meet Ramachandra Galla, the patriarch of the illustrious business family from Andhra Pradesh with a zeal to serve the nation. Stay tuned for more.